Hi everybody, let's talk about real estate. One of my favorite subjects, something I've spent a lot of time studying and thinking about. And I know you know by now that Opendoor just got fined $62 million by the Federal Trade Commission. Now they got fined $62 million rather than going to court and proving their case. That's because they've got such cash reserves that $62 million was like maybe a $5, $10 bill to you. So real estate agents have been saying this. I've been saying this for over 2 years. If you sell your house to an iBuyer, guaranteed sale, you're basically going to be losing money. And I think a lot of people thought, oh, well, those are just those real estate agents. They don't want us to cut them out of the deal or this, that, and the other. But it really just wasn't true. It really wasn't true. Investors buy low and they sell high, and they buy in order to make money. So I've been saying this for a long time, but unless you don't have it, and there is some reasons, I've met a few that really needed to do an iBuyer program. I guess there's some reasons, but most of the time I would say unless you are an heiress, unless you are a trust fund baby, unless you've just won the lottery, unless you've just inherited $1 billion with a B. I used to say $1 million, but inflation has come around, so it has to be a higher door. There's no reason to sell to Opendoor, to OfferPad, to so many more of these companies. So let's think about this. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Basically, what Opendoor did was convince homeowners that they could sell their house to Opendoor at a lower cost and net more money. Now, that takes some salesmanship, and I don't know whether that verges on salesmanship or maybe lying might be there. But it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. By saying something like, after you pay the real estate commission, dear Mr. Homeowner, we're going to net you more. And it really was quite a deal. I know I've talked to homeowners who have called, let's say they've called another company that does business with Opendoor. And by the way, there's many companies doing business with Opendoor right now that say, we'll give you a guaranteed sale. They've got billboards up and down the highway. We'll give you a guaranteed sale. But when the homeowner calls this person or this agent or this company, they expect them to come with a check in the car. And it never really works out that way. There's a lot more to it than people thought there was. So they convince you somehow. They convince the homeowners that after they pay the real estate commission, that they're going to net them more. And never mind that they're going to charge you fee on top of fee for holding on to it. And then they're going to tell you that you're not going to have to make as many repairs. But after you sign the contract, they do an inspection, and then they either make you make the repairs, but most of the time they just reduce the price of your house even further. So that's the way they do business, and it's not one of my favorites. Way of doing business. As a matter of fact, it's, what's really the word for it? Not above board. The truth is not out there. There's not full disclosure, and there's certainly not transparency. So in truth, the fees were much higher than they ever told those homeowners, and that's the reason Opendoor so willingly got their checkbook out and stroked one for $62 million. So they just lied. It's as simple as that. So homeowners that sold through Opendoor lost thousands of dollars on the sale of their property. And a quick search of their website shows you that they have about 4,000 homes listed in the Triangle area. And so that represents to me 4,000 homeowners that didn't get the full equity out of the sale of their home. So the fact is, Opendoor made money buying homes under market value and selling them higher, not to mention demanding a slew of repairs. So here's what you need to know. All guaranteed sale advertisements are geared towards one thing: getting a homeowner that's considering selling to raise their hand. The value is in the information that somebody is considering selling. So if they're considering selling this year and they don't sell, there'll probably be a great prospect for next year to sell. So this type of ad is really used. It's used a lot to just get people to raise their hand. And the big tech companies such as Opendoor, OfferPad, Orchard, Zillow, before they stopped buying homes, now that they partnered with Opendoor, that's another subject that we'll get into, have profited off the convenience that they sell to homeowners. And doesn't that really sound like the microwave society that we now are? We want everything quick. We want everything easy. Never mind the cost. Let's really don't talk about the cost. Let's don't think about the cost. So my team also offers a guaranteed sale, but what we do is we actually have a disclosure that says you know that you're selling this house below price. We also give you an idea of what we would market the home for so that you have a clear disclosure of what you might be leaving on the table. And if it still is needed because of sickness or some other emergency thing, we not only offer ours, we go out and shop every other guaranteed sale in the marketplace. And there's a law in real estate and sales called the first to know. And many people stop short. And many of the people that will go to Zillow and Opendoor will see their offering for an instant offer and they won't look any further. But frankly, there are many regional investors right now. Investors are rife in this market. So if you have the need for speed when selling a home or when selling one of your listings and just can't resist that guaranteed sale, that's really a gimmick term, at least get the highest offer from an investor. And there's probably at least 20 that you could go to. And we do that for our people who want the guaranteed offer. But here's some, my opinion, and it is absolutely free. And it's just because I've been looking at this business for so much now, and there's so much talk about the bubbles, and everybody thinks there's a housing bubble, and I don't think there's a housing bubble in what you're thinking. It's not the 208 housing bubble, but there is something out there that I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about so many investors in the market. And I actually think about one, remember this is free opinion here, but I think about one investor called Blackstone from China. And I remember seeing videos of people in China demonstrating because Blackstone hadn't given them what they had paid for. They hadn't given the consumers the housing that they had paid for. And I wonder if something like that ever happened to one or two of these big investor conglomerates at Wall Street that own so much real estate. I wonder if that would not create something of a housing bubble. But remember, my opinion is free. So this is what most agents don't know. Zillow hijacked our most important asset years ago. Our most important asset was the MLS. And Zillow is licensed in every single state, and it's become an expert at packaging MLS content, making it easy and palatable, and you don't have to talk to an agent. But the breaking news today is that Zillow and Opendoor have announced a new partnership. As you probably know, Zillow stopped buying houses about a year ago. So they were losing a lot of leads for people that wanted to do an instant sale. And their partnership with Opendoors allows them to do just that. Go to now a consumer that goes to Zillow can also see an instant offer for their house, and it's going to be irresistible. I mean, how many people do you know in your circle that just couldn't resist seeing what Opendoor would pay for their house? And never mind that Zillow picked out a partner that had just been fined for lying to consumers. Now, I don't know about you, but who I work with matters to me. And when I pick out a partner, I want the integrity to be one of the main things that we have in common. So that's really, really important. So the end game to all of this really is that Zillow, Opendoor create this huge conglomerate. I would call it a monopoly. Monopolies are not looked at favorably from me because they crush out small business, and I'm a huge small business advocate, and frankly, real estate is a small business. So the chief officer of Zillow, when this merger was announced, said something like, his quote was, "Choice is important for consumers, and they can make the best decision when they sell, seeing all of their options." Well, I told you, the first there has about a 70% chance of doing business with that. And of course, they've tied up the internet. They're there. So it's really going to be a heck of a fight for the small business in this country to go any other way than working with them. And when you work with them, they're going to pay you less, and they're going to take away some of the integrity that you have as a small business owner. So another statement that Opendoor and Zillow teamed up and said was that they were going to save consumers the stress and the uncertainty of a traditional sale. You know, I've been raised to think there's no free lunch. And yes, I know I've sold my home recently, and it was a pain. You know, I don't like people coming to my house, this, that, and the other. I don't think anybody really loves the process. But the process has been developed in order to get the homeowner the highest amount of equity out of their home. So we help our sellers do all kinds of things. We do a flip and fix. A flip and fix is where we come in and we say, you know what, with new carpet and new paint, we believe we could sell this home X amount higher. Now, there's actually a new company out called Curbio, and we just had them estimate one of our sales that we were getting ready to put on the market, and their estimate was 3 times higher than we were able to get the job done for. 3 times higher. So a big company is there with fancy marketing, with a lot of slick advertisement to make a profit. And the profit that they're making is out of the equity, even though Curbio actually says that they do this service for free to the homeowner. When I priced it, price by price, doing the same things that they did, our price was 2/3 lower than they priced. So I think, sadly, a lot of people will get taken in by that one too. But back to my scenario here about Zillow and Opendoor, and there's just no clamoring. There's so much clamoring for the free lunch, for something that's easy, something that you can get done by a button, push a button and your house will be sold. Folks, it's never that easy. So, and I'm the last person in the world to really be against American business. I'm a big advocate of our free business process in America and all the opportunity that we have in this great industry of real estate, which has been very, very good to me. But never in history has big online companies held so much power in the real estate industry. And this is an Amazon-like conglomerate with Zillow and Opendoor. And real estate companies like this are just ready to take advantage of every facet of our industry, the loan, the closing, the choosing of the agent. They're ready to take over. So I believe that every agent that cares about this industry must see the changes that are coming and align with leadership that is ahead of this curve. And frankly, I'm familiar with a lot of the leadership in this industry, and I would say that it's a very narrow field of leadership that's ahead of the curve. That's one of the reasons that I joined EXP, because of Glenn Sanford's leadership and his vision. He just purchased a website out of Canada called Sukasa, which is Canada's version of Zillow. And he's prepared to fight the David and Goliath fight that we're getting ready to fight the next 5 years in real estate. So we'd love to hear from you. I'd love for you to call us, to partner with us, to think about the visionary leadership of the next 3 to 5 years. We'd love to work with you as a new agent. We'd like to train you in this business and then let you go out on your own or stay with the team as you develop. We'd love to train you as a team leader if you'd like to be a team leader. We feel like that we're doing hard work every single day. And I also feel like the people that you're around, the quality of the agents that you're around every single day, and frankly, the number of deals that you're exposed to is going to be a huge indication as to your education in this business. And like I said, you know, many people have been in the business for years and years, but they've got maybe 2 weeks of real education in real estate because they've done 12 deals or something like that. We're doing about 500 deals a year, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I care so much that the opportunity stays there for people like me, that when we got into the business, we needed a valid financial business and opportunity to raise our families and to, to have a little bit of financial freedom that this great country of ours offers us. So I hope you got a little bit out of this, a little bit short today, but I loved having you drop by. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.